This is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by top trainer Mark Tibbs. Mark, how are you?
Lovely, Daniel. Yourself, mate? You're good?
I'm very good, thank you. Just had the shower. You'll be glad to know that'll put a few people off the interview. I wanted to ask you first of all, Johnny Fisher, back punching and back in the ring, start of August in Sheffield. How's his kind of recuperation from the injury coming on?
Yeah, well, he's just left the gym. Funny enough, he's recovered right well, and that's because he's listened to the doctors and took the doctor's orders, and he's up and running. He's we don't talk about it no more. He's just we don't talk about it no more. But we're very mindful of not overusing it, if you know what I mean. We've got to manage it still. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. What sort of test do you expect for him on that August date?
Well, it'll be his, I believe it's sixth fight, isn't it? Johnny's sixth fight or his seventh fight?
Seventh, I think, but I could be wrong. I haven't got box rec in front of me.
Seventh fight, but listen, the last guy he fought was a very good test. He come through some good adversity, if you know what I mean. Get that in the first round, dealing with a guy that was he was very, very durable and experienced, and 22 bouts as opposed to John's 6 bouts. So listen, nice and steady with John, and he's learning. He's had some great experience sparring with Italian champion Guido Vanello, whatever his name is. Pardon me. And yeah, and Dereck Chisora. We've had some good experience sparring in the last few weeks when we didn't really need it, but it was here, so we made hay while the sun shines, so to speak.
And you mentioned Chisora there. He's obviously in action against Kubrat Pulev this weekend. There's been a lot of talk in the build-up. Some people feel he should have called it a day. He obviously feels there's plenty left in the tank. You've watched him spar with a young, hungry Romford Bull in recent times. What did you make of him and how much he's still got to offer?
Well, to be fair, the gym's very, very busy. It's very, very busy when we was there. So and I know Dereck, so I don't feel I've got to study his sparring. I just get John ready. I warm him up. When we get the nod, we go in for our rounds, and that's how it was. But John gave a great account of himself, and I get what you're saying about the young lion versus the old lion, so to speak. But the old lion never loses power or experience. So only gets better with experience, I should say. So yeah, he's always going to be dangerous, Dereck. Yeah, for sure.
And so going into this fight with Pulev, do you give him kind of a fighting chance? I know he lost the first fight, but Pulev's also got older. It's not just Dereck that's aging, obviously. Yeah,
of course. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight, and it would come down to, how the camps have gone, I guess, and wear and tear and things like that, And let's hope it's not. He's not over the hill, so to speak. Let's hope there's a bit of life in the old dog yet, and I believe he's going to give it an entertaining fight as usual. And I feel it'll be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Good stuff. Now, world champion in the camp, Ebony Bridges, of course. When is she likely to be back out defending her title?
Well, she ain't long just left as well, and she tells me over the weekend that she had some positive news, speaking to her promoter, Heddy Hearn. So they're still talking and waiting to make an announcement. And I can feel from her energy and her performance today, I can feel that it's getting closer, an announcement. And because I can see it in a lift in her work, if you know what I mean. And she's raised the game again today in training, that is. And so I'm looking forward to and hopefully getting a thumbs up and a date this week. Yeah, for sure.
Considering her background, the adversity that she's overcome earlier in her career, how does helping her get to a world title compare to some of your other big achievements?
It's been a real blessing and a breath of fresh air, to tell the truth. And I'd never have thought that Ebanie Bridges, with such limited experience, would come through like a experienced world champion. I mean, what I mean is she's got a championship qualities about her, the way she prepares for a job, and the young crew I've got wrapped around me in the boys can learn a lot from her for sure.
And one of those young boys is, of course, Tommy Fletcher. Great debut at the weekend, typically explosive from him. Must be nice that everyone now is getting to see what you've been seeing for quite a long time in the gym.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy is what I said. Tommy is what he is. He's a quality prospect indeed, because he's got that power, and he has got ring craft, but he's 20 years old, and people kind of questioned that power when I was talking about it, and kind of put me on the spot, and I said I put my name to it, and I'm glad I bloody well did, because he really performed on Saturday at the Queensbury show at Wembley. When I mean he performed, his whole ring presence stood out. He stood out, and the way he entered like an experienced pro. He greeted the fans. He measured, done the business with the opponent in front of him, and he was a game guy. That opponent, he was game. If you never took it to him, he would have brought the heat. That guy, and because he was. But Tommy, it's hard. Tommy, it's very, very hard, and he ain't. Obviously, he's only had the one fight out, Tommy. But when he flashes them, it's he hits very, very hard. And no, I was really over the moon with his performance on Saturday. And when I watched the replay, I was even more over the moon with it, because in the moment you're in the moment, and you sort of like you're concentrating on what you don't want him to do, and what he could do and that. But I was really, really over the moon with him, and I knew that the whole production was happy with him too. Yeah, so it's good.
Good stuff. And another top prospect who's maybe gone under the radar a little bit of yours is John Hedges. Very, very talented fighter. When are we going to see him next? And what's the plans for him for the rest of the year?
Well, John's been in here. He's been ticking over with me, but we've stepped it up today. I believe, I have a feeling there's going to be an announcement this week too regarding John Hedges. And like you said, Dan, he's a very, very talented guy. He's a very, very talented guy. Very cute, great boxer, and he's got a good ring personality too. It come out a little bit in his last fight, but it's going to come out even more for sure. Yeah.
Oh, we'll look forward to that. Huge fight coming up. I know other people have asked your opinion on this already, but I don't want to be left out. So I want to ask you about Joshua Usyk rematch. I think you said in a previous interview with someone that you've got more confidence in Joshua now that he's added Robert Garcia to the backroom team. Just tell us why that is, and why you've got this respect so much for Garcia.
Well, I only listened to Garcia one or two interviews, and I know who he's trained in the past. But as soon as I listen to him talk, I've got more confidence in that he can instill them attributes into Joshua. I mean, it's not like Joshua hasn't got the attributes. You know what I mean? He's got to utilise them and put them into play. And if Robert Garcia can't do it, then no one can. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've got more confidence in Joshua in this second fight with Usyk. But Usyk is very, 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 very good, like Tyson Fury. They've got that experience and that ring craft that only the very unique have in the world, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's not a walk in the park, but the big man, the strong man, and the brave man can overcome the smaller, skillful man, in my opinion, if he believes in the system that Robert Garcia is going to try and instill into Joshua, for sure.
Do you think they've got long enough to instill those principles? Obviously, he's working with him now. There's less than 6 weeks. 6 weeks to go now, but he's been there for a week already, I think, and they've worked together before, but it's not long.
Yeah, it can be done for sure, 100%. If you've been around in an art for a very long while, and you've been a world champion like AJ has, and he'll understand good instructions, and he can utilise them. He's been around for a long while. He should be able to do it. Yeah, 100%.
Now, just a bit of a random one before I let you go. It was a fight that I floated on Twitter over the weekend after Joe Joyce's latest win against Christian Hammer. I'd quite like to see, as they're all waiting for world title shots, Joe Joyce go up against Dillian Whyte. Now, you've obviously worked with Dillian in the past. I'm sure you've watched plenty of Joyce, having worked with Dubois after that fight between them as well. How would you see a fight between Joyce and Dillian Whyte panning out?
Good fight, actually. A very, very good fight. I was asked that on Saturday night, and it was sprung upon me, and I had a lot of people around me. Mine was all over. My mind was on Tommy Fletcher, but having given it some thought, yeah, very, very good fight. And Dillian rocks and rolls inside them long leaders. He can get that right hand off, and his chin's there to be hit, although he don't seem to crack, Joyce. You know what I mean? So that's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's a good fight for both, actually, because it's a good fight for Joe Joyce for where he's at right now, and it could be a way back for Whyte, but it's a tough fight for Whyte. It's a tough fight for Whyte as well, because of where he's reached so far. Is he got that? Can he dig deep to find the performance? Because it's going to be probably a 12-round fight. You know what I mean? It's going to go to 12 rounds unless Joyce can wear down Dillian Whyte. But that's a good fight. I believe that's a really, really good fight.
Who would your money be on?
50-50, man.
Made me wait for that, didn't you? All right, good stuff. I'll let you off the hook on that one. Really, really appreciate it, mate. I know your battery's about to die, so I better let you go. But yeah, I'm due a visit up the gym soon, so it won't be long.
Lovely, Dan. Look forward to see you, mate. All the best. God bless. Stay blessed. See you soon.
Take care, mate.